Jolly good show.
Well, good morning to you. I mean, it might be afternoon or evening to you lot, but it's morning to me. It's about 10 to 7 on a Monday morning. It's cold, it's wet. And for those of you that maybe last night or several nights ago have spent the night in a pub, today we're going to take you around with Malcom and Janet from the Royal Oak at Charlton and show you a day in the life of a publican. Starting off, I think, in about 20 minutes with the dray turning up. So let's go get Malcom up. I think he's still in bed, actually. We'll give him a knock. Malcom! Malcom! Come on! Sound TV, we're busy. So anyway, we spent the day with you today.
Yeah.
And we said most people think that being a publican's an easy life. So run through your typical normal working day for me.
Well, today's grey day, so it should be here pretty soon. Pipe cleaning day.
Malcom, come here. You can't go running off in there just because it suits you. So what's the guy that's turned up now? How many barrels will he actually be delivering to you?
I would think around about 18.
18. So how many pints would that be?
18 times 22.
Oh, well, that's a lot of beer. It's a lot of beer for the football team, pool team, and cricket team, and every other team that Malcolm's got in the place to get drunk on.
Yeah, and they do.
And they do?
Yeah.
I'm in the way. I'm in the way.
Yeah, lovely.
We're down actually in Malcolm's cellar. Malcolm's cellar now is on the same level as the bar, but I'll tell you what, it's cold in here. It's like we were at the brewery last week. It's just as cold in here as what it was there. Malcolm, tell me, what have you got in here?
Well, I'm doing the real out pipes. I've disconnected all the hoses, put into water. I shall pull them all through, and change the hoses into fluid, pull that through, leave it while it's still while the drade's in delivering, and then flush them back out with water afterwards.
Yeah. So how many actual beers you carry on?
Well, I've got 3 real ales, right, 2 lagers, keg bitter, cider, Guinness, Murphy's.
Well, it's 7:30 in the morning. I'm actually sat at a bar, which I mean, 7:30 in the morning, sat at a bar? You've got to be joking. I mean, you're lucky if you can get to a pub at 10:30 in the morning in some places. And Malcolm's pouring out a pint. Only the trouble is, the pint that he's pouring out, you wouldn't want to drink. It's full of chemicals. What he's actually doing is he's cleaning the pipe. See that? I mean, that's disgusting, isn't it? I mean, if you served that in a pub, you'd throw it back at the landlord, wouldn't you? And it stinks. It's horrible. It smells. It don't have. It's got a head on it. It's not fizzing. It's definitely not lager. I mean, it could probably pass as a reasonably sort of like good peppermint cordial, but it certainly wouldn't pass as beer. So Malcolm, what are you actually doing now?
Putting fluid into it so that it cleans all the yeast out of all the pipes.
No. So that's where you get the germs and bacteria and...
Yeah.
I've read me manuals. I've read me books. I've done me research. Right, I'm my phone, gonna go and change me clobber, change me suit and get into some scaggies and some horrible dirty clothes and, well, jeans and a shirt. And then we're gonna go off into town and do a bit of Morris dancing. It should be a bit of a giggle. We'll have a laugh on that one, I think, sure. But anyway, we'll see in a bit. We're coming back here a bit later on and sort of check out and see how Malcolm's doing. Janet's up, so he's quite pleased about that one. We'll see in a bit. Ta-da. the Market Square today, and I'm talking to Keith Broughton. He's actually a member of the Winchester Morris Circle. He's a Morris man. They're actually doing a South of England tour at the moment, and they're on the actual Test Valley tour at the moment, which is taken in Andover. It's going off next in about 5 or 10 minutes, I think that's right, Keith. You're off then over to Whitchurch, to the Red House, for the annual meeting. Tell me a bit more about that, can you?
Well, this weekend is a meeting of the Morris Ring of England, which is an association of Morris dance clubs from all around the country. And we've got about 180 Morris men converging on Winchester this weekend. It's also the 40th anniversary of the Winchester Morris men, so it's a bit of a big birthday party for us as well.
Tell me a little bit about the history of Morris dancing. I mean, that sort of goes back quite a long way, doesn't it?
It goes back longer than most people really know, actually, and the history is rather indistinct from way back. All we know is that it is very old indeed. Shakespeare talks about it, and there's sort of odd references in early literature. But nothing much happened due to being stamped out by the Cromwells until it got Oliver Cromwell, who didn't like this sort of thing, you know, until it got going again for a bit, really, in the late part of the 19th century. So most of the dances we do now are, although have a very old history, are largely in the start of the last century. I do recall people splitting their trousers in the middle of Aylesbury and happened to have bright red underpants on at the time. I won't say that happened to have been me or not, but that's one of my more embarrassing moments.
They've actually disappeared off down the high street now.
We're going down. We've got a coach here, and there's three teams of Morris men from different places here on this tour. Winchester, we've organised this day. So we've seen the King John's Morris men from Southampton, who are dance clog Morris dancing from the northwest. The Bathampton Morris men from Bath, and the Whitchurch Morris men, but not from this Whitchurch. They're from another Whitchurch in Buckinghamshire. So we're actually taking the dance in Whitchurch, Hampshire now.
So obviously, I mean, you mentioned there clog dancing or clog Morris dancing. There's obviously different types of Morris dancing.
Yeah, that's right. The sort of dancing in sort of people you see wearing this sort of gear like I'm wearing is what we call Cotswold Morris dancing. That's from the Oxfordshire, Gloucestershire area, whereas the clog dances come from the northwest. Yeah. We're dancing at the cathedral tomorrow. We have a special service in the cathedral in Winchester tomorrow. They've got the Flower Festival on. They've got their 900th birthday. We've got our 40th, so there's lots of things happening. So we should have a good time. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Commercial or domestic. KJM manufacture and install the very best high-security windows, doors and conservatories. Unbeatable for looks, durability and price. For a free quotation, phone Andover 359 355.
Looking for that special job? C&M Employment Services provide a complete, permanent and temporary recruiting service. Our rates are reasonable and we offer a professional and personal approach. Ring us on Andover 351 851 for further details.
1, 2, 3.
It's magic!
Yeah, this is Towns Television, yeah.
I was still working on the building site. I was a bricklayer, and I was still working on the site when the thing hit 11 in the chart. It leapt from sort of nowhere right up through to 11. And that was at the time when I thought, well, this is it. You know, I've got to leave this job. I've got to do another one. I threw down my trowel and went into the music business.
formed 7 years ago really to specialise in large screen projection for conferencing, broadcasting and any area that a large screen display is required. Now in today's life we find that everybody has a television screen and a computer screen, we're all used to seeing those. So more and more we're all looking for projection of larger pictures of those displays.
Yeah, you're telling me you do the Conservative Party conference and things like that?
Yes, we've done the Conservative Party conference 7 or 8 times now, and we're doing it again this year. The wall itself is a British manufactured component, and we then have taken that on and we can program the pictures that you require, and obviously from various sources show the large screen to the size you require. You've obviously seen them at pop concerts, we've used it on top of the pops, and all those type of environments.
Can you explain exactly what this is? It's incredible.
Well, it's a number of projector cubes all built up into one wall. We initially acquired it for the Conservative Party conference, where obviously they just want to show one picture of the person speaking. But it has multiple uses. You can build it into a 3x3 wall, a 2x2. It is then programmable to make different pictures in each area. This was a tape that we were involved with a show with a gentleman called Rifa Osbeck, who's now very famous, and he's moved to Italy with his salon. And this is his show, which was basically made for a large screen. And we have programmed it down to a number of cubes and to give visual effects to make it more interesting.
So do you call it a video wall or a screen or what?
It's called a projector wall.
A projector wall.
Projector wall. On top of the pops, we've used this recently for a group called Moby, who doesn't mean a thing to me, but and obviously they stand in front of the screen and do their thing, and then they have various effects behind them.
Right. So how does it work through this computer here?
Well,
very basically, because
very quickly, you have a preview screen and you have actually what's going on. You can then program the preview screen to be a number of small pictures, one large picture, to do whatever you like. You can then download that program and use it time and time again, or you can program in real time. That is a little bit more difficult. Well, we tend to be a bit like a removal company because there's a lot of heavy lifting that goes on to build one of these walls. Each one of these cubes is about 75 kilos.
Yeah, let's have a look around the back of this. So each one's a projector,
Each one of these has got a projector in the back of it. The cube itself folds down, and therefore it's easier to manoeuvre. But then you can build it up into as many as you like. We've had walls the size 6x6. Obviously, then you do get to the point of needing lifting gear. So not only is it highly technical, it's also you have to have people with muscles. We use it in Europe. We've been in not with this projector or this system, but we've been in Geneva over the last weekend with a number of projectors and monitors doing a show for a client. So we're tending to move more into Europe. The UK is very cost effective compared with the European prices.
Okay, that's brilliant. We'll go on and see a bit more of your premises here.
Okay. There's 14 people in the valley, split between hire, sales and a development side. Being a small team, we do tend to interact with each other. The salesmen work on the hire and vice versa at various times.
What's been happening in the valley? Is it hasn't been caught by the recession? It's probably booming, I should think, right now with all the conferences coming up for the winter.
Well, it depends. I mean, obviously on the sales side, we've really held our own. We've done quite well. We've had to look at different marketplaces though, venturing out into a few new areas for ourselves, which has been sometimes difficult. Again, we've gone into those marketplaces doing a professional job of it.
We've had a tough time like everybody else. We came through last year and pretty well unscathed and profitable. This year has been difficult. We can see a pickup in the way things are going. We're looking at various ventures to improve the situation. And I think it's a time to advance and expand if we possibly can.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, best of luck anyway, and may you go on making people's images. Okay.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thanks for talking to us.
Visit Primetime in Shakespeare Avenue off the Drove in Andover. We stock over 1,000 console games. Mention Town TV and we'll give you a £2 discount. Primetime is open 7 days a week till 9. Phone Andover 334400 now.
County Sewing at 92 High Street, Andover is now under new management. We supply and service leading brands of sewing and knitting machines. We also stock dress patterns, Rose and Hubble dress fabrics and haberdashery. County Sewing, 92 High Street, Andover. Telephone 324 060. Susannah Dressmakers are specialists in bridal and evening wear, day wear, children's clothes, alterations and repairs. Susannah, now at 92 High Street, Andover, above County Sewing. Telephone Andover 33 7139.
This is Entertainment Week on Town TV in Andover. Dave has already been to the Royal Oak this week, so now I'm at Flex talking to John, who's the manager. Hi, John.
Hi, Claire.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
How long have you actually been here?
Well, we've been here from the opening days in 1987, which was November, and that's nearly 6 years. Anniversary of 6 years on November.
Which is the nightclub or the whole complex?
Which is the whole complex, in fact, although it did open at different times. Flicks opened first, then Chaplin's, and then we reopened the cinema, which still is running at 250 seats.
Yeah.
So it was staggered, really, because it was just too difficult to open all of it at the same time.
So what nights are you open in the nightclub then?
We're open basically Thursday, Friday and Saturday, but if there are any private functions like college nights or rave nights, we're open then. We have a licence to run till 2 o'clock on any night except Sundays.
So you're not even open on Sundays?
We're not open on Sundays, although we have private parties here, Christmas parties, and that works out fine on Sundays there.
So they have to be booked, do they?
They have to be booked, yeah. Yeah, we're quite booked up. Christmas time, we're taking bookings now.
What sort of age group or what sort of people do you get here?
Well, of course, it's got to be 18 and over, unless we do an under-18 disco, but it's got to be 18 and over as far as the licence is concerned. And it's a young people's place.
So you actually have different types of music then, do you?
Yeah, we do, although we've just stopped Saturday really, or just moved away from the party set on Saturday and really gone back to dance. We just figure that's really what they want at the moment, what the kids want and what the punters want is dance music. Well, I was originally, when I first left school, I was a dental technician, and that's for about 22 years, and then I was a newsagent for a little while. And then about 6-7 years ago, I was talking to Lance Sparrock, who actually owns a building, and he offered a chance for us to take over and do what we'd like to do in this building, and we decided it would be a nightclub. And then we went for all the licences, which we got, and I think it's been successful, and I think it's a nice place to be.
Has it taken a while to build up?
No, it's very busy right from day one.
Was that?
I mean, it's packed. Yeah, it was great. It was exciting. The first night was really exciting. We've had some really good nights ever since, and we hope to continue to do so. Yeah.
All right, let's go and have a look at the...
Yeah? Well, I'll follow you.
All right, then. Come on, then. I don't know.
Well, you do. It's just that everything's wearing out on it, because it's so old, and although they've kept it going for so long, and looked after it and oiled it and got new parts. In fact, you can't get new replacement for this. There's lots of this that you can't replace. You just have to go to old cameras and try to nick bits off, and really just keep it going. So we've been grateful to the guys for keeping it going for so long, but it's come to a time where they've said to us, I think, we've come to the end of the road on this machinery.
How can you say Town TV? Welcome, Town TV viewers, to the Andover Football Club, and it's Andover against Gosport tonight. It's about 7:25, just about to kick off.
Ken Cunningham-Brown, Chairman and Manager of Andover. A good performance this first half tonight.
Yeah, very pleased with it. There's some good football early on, wasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely excellent. You're number 8 there. What's his name? Colvin Atkinson?
Yes.
Doing a really good job, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an international in Trinidad, you know. He's played 20 times for Trinidad.
Yeah, I saw his family were here tonight.
That's right. He's been over here about 4 weeks. And we've got Southampton, Portsmouth and Bournemouth looking at him tonight. You know.
Yeah, your number 11 too was doing well there, wasn't he?
Very good, yeah.
So what are your prospects for this coming season for Andover?
Well, we'd be disappointed if we didn't finish in the top 6.
Okay.
And we beat Buckingham in the first round of the FA Cup last Saturday, which is the first time that Andover's beaten Buckingham in their history. So we started off the cup run well.
Well, brilliant. Well, best of luck for the second half, and we'll be following you throughout the year.
Fine.
Okay, great to talk to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Top quality produce and prices you can afford at Kenyon's Fruit and Vegetable Shop, Wayhill Road, Andover. Open daily Monday to Friday and Saturday mornings. Also in stock are eggs, flowers, pet supplies and canner gas. Mention Town TV and buy Wiltshire potatoes for only $2.99 for £55.
Me and my little show here tonight. If you've enjoyed it, then it's not been far worth.
Good night, you're going to say to Carol.
Oh no!
I'm Carol.
Calm before the storm, or the lull before the storm, because we've got a quiz coming up a bit later on, and we're going to have a bit of dinner. So we're going to find out from Malcolm what his chef Andy, who apparently he's a big, tall Scotsman, about 6'7", about the same across his shoulders by all accounts. We're going to find out what Malcolm's got on his menu and what I can have to eat. Malcolm, what have we got on the menu tonight?
Right, for you, being vegetarian and awkward, we have got about 5 vegetarian dishes, right? But the one you have chosen, he's concocting a pasta with tomato, onion, birds and cream sauce.
I actually had a cauliflower cheese for my lunch today. And you come to some pubs and you find that the bar snacks aren't quite up to the same quality as the evening meals. But these ones we actually get here are of a very high standard and very, very well presented. I quite enjoyed it. So Andy, your chef, you tell me he's a big Scotsman.
He's a big, brawny Scotsman, yeah. I don't argue with him.
We're going to pop out and have a chat with him in a minute, I think. Okay. So we'll pop round and see what Andy's up to in the kitchen, see him preparing me meal. Tell me, how long have you actually been a chef?
Just under 20 years.
Yeah? So what did you do? Whereabouts have you worked?
Well, started catering in 1974 up in Glasgow. In 1975 when I left school I moved to a 5-star hotel in Andover. And I stayed there for a couple of years. In 1978 I joined the Army Catering Corps, where I stayed until 1992. say 15 months ago. I left the army, moved to Bournemouth and took over a 5-star a la carte restaurant in the middle of Bournemouth, where I was there until March of this year. And me and my wife decided to move to Andover.
So what are you actually going to cook me tonight?
Well, you've asked for a vegetarian dish. It's going to be a lasagna verde. It's been sorted off in a garlic butter and finished off with ricotta tomato onion with some sauteed mushrooms and a double cream. Garnished up with a side salad.
How about me? What about you? Look at this.
I'm having a...
He's in tonight. This is my mate Alan's day off. Right, martyr to his trade. We get all right for level. This is Alan's day off, and I mean he's a martyr to his trade.
No sound man.
No sound man. Martyr to his trade. He comes in. I mean, today has been a nightmare, hasn't it, mate? Nightmare. And we've not finished yet, have we?
No, we did.
We did. We can't. We haven't done the quiz yet. We've got to do the quiz. See, he doesn't even know what day of the week it is, where he is, or what he's doing. Editing. I mean, you saw him last week's show, editing. I mean, there he was, smoked salmon sandwiches.
And I'm going to have some...
By the way, what were those smoked salmon sandwiches like?
Delicious.
Delicious. You spent all day...
Thanks to Brooksby Mill.
You spent all day...
Thanks to Brooksby Mill.
Spent all day up in the edit suite, drinking beer, eating smoked salmon sandwiches. What an easy life, isn't it?
But now we're going to go back to the cooking with Dave.
Let's back to the cooking. Let's go and see what Andy's got me for me. Andy, where are we going? How are we getting on? And look at these pots, pans. This is Janet, this is Malcolm's wife. She's worked just as hard as what Malcolm is. She got up a little bit later because your curtains were drawn when we got in, weren't they? So you've been in bed a little bit longer than what Malcolm is. I was peeping at your curtains trying to sort of get a glimpse inside, but nah, I got thrown out on that one.
Thrown out, you're definitely
thrown out. But anyway, we'll see you again in a minute.
Bye.
This is what, Tony?
Natasha from
This is Natasha.
Australia.
Natasha's from Australia. She works as hard as what everybody else does in this place.
Harder? I work harder.
Oh, right, she works harder. I mean, I've yet to see it, but she does. Apparently, she works harder than what everybody else does. What time did you get here today?
I was here at 12.
Quarter to 12. Quarter to 12 she was here. What time are we finishing?
We finished tonight 11:30.
11:30. Quarter to 12 to 11:30. And you say it's an easy life. She's been at this. Look at these hands. Look at these hands. Dish pan hands or what? Now, what can you say? Smashing. Lovely. You better come out and serve me my food, innit?
I am, definitely.
Come serve me my food.
Vegetable?
Look at that. I tell you what, I've been looking forward to this all day. This is lovely.
Control myself. The fence is down and you got me shaking. You got me so that my nerves are breaking. If you knew me like I know you, girl, your knees would bend and your hair would curl. You make me move control myself. I've got this feeling that's inside of me. It makes me think of how things used to be. It makes me feel alright when I'm with you at night and we love. And we love. So with this big temptation, this kind of feeling could move a nation. But I'm okay when I'm here with you. I do the things that you want me to. We do these things for no one else. But when I'm with you, I can't control myself.
With a girl like you, I can't control myself, give it to me, Night of the Long Grass, Love Is All Around, they were all big hits. It was much harder when we first made it, because our when we tried for the charts, we had to try and fight against people like the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, the Kinks, and with the Stones in particular, they released Paint It Black at the same time that we released Wild Thing. And it went to #1, and we had a telegram congratulating us from Andrew Oldham, who was their manager at that time. So we were real chuffed. We said, hey, you know, this is the first time that we've really know that we've hit the charts. You know?
Check this out for a chemist. Does your chemist offer you free perfume delivery, free gift wrapping, free film on all developing and printing, free prescription pickup and home delivery? Cooper's the chemist does. So why not call in to 27 High Street, Andover. Telephone 352 400.
The whole subject about UFOs and crop formations is a very difficult thing to tell people that haven't done any investigations of their own. And I must say that when I got into this 3 years ago, I was amazed by the different people that were involved in this whole subject. In fact, when I went over to Dusseldorf, to the UFO conference in Germany, I was privileged to meet Marina Popovich, who was a Russian cosmonaut. She lives in Space City today with her astronaut husband.
There is life elsewhere, and therefore an extraterrestrial civilization to which we stretch out our hand evermore, whose attention we wish to attract, and with whom we wish to make contact. I am convinced that we shall be able to make contact on a broad basis. After all, there are already very many who have. And this contact between people is just as important as that with the universe.
Marina has been at many of the launches of the Russian space program. And when you hear a cosmonaut of her caliber say that over the Tannoy system that 2 of their rockets would be stopped if they went to Mars, you have to take this as being read. This lady has the highest honor in Russia. And when I first heard her say this, that they would be stopped, and that in actual fact they were stopped when they finally arrived at the moon, which goes around Mars. The two rockets went in 3 days of one another. Both were stopped. We had film back from her with an object which on screen looked about the same size of as a cigarette, 15 miles long. That is about all that they got back from that mission. Now we know that American astronauts have also seen UFOs. In fact, most of the astronauts that have been up into space, especially the moon mission, were followed all the way there by UFOs, and one hovered over the landing site. This is fact. They brought back movie film, their own camcorders that they took with them. They brought back movie film of these objects. We know that there is a face on Mars now. It's been taken from 2 angles. It's not a trick of lighting or imagination. There is a face which is exactly like the Sphinx here on Earth. We wanted more information from the landing sites that the Americans attempted to film. We were desperate for more information from that area. The American space program told the investigators that they had no reason to film that particular area. We insisted that they try to photograph the area. All of a sudden, it's been stopped. They've lost contact with the rocket that has gone there. And people that are in the know that this was arranged on purpose. They're holding back information on the whole subject of UFOs, because when you think about it, if we get a technology that is free to use for travel, it stops everybody on this planet making money from oil. I think that people are ready to accept the fact that there are such things as extraterrestrial beings, and I believe from the videos that I've seen that they have been coming here for many years, and we have knowledge of their existence from the year 1948. We will keep you informed.
We just show the kids how to do some origami, get them interested in it, and some of them have gone off to the library, got some books on it, a bit better than the video games they usually play. They're doing it in all the shopping centres all over the country. It's just one of the things that they can get the kids to do, so they've decided on origami this month, maybe they do storytelling another month, it just happens to be origami this month.
Town TV. Watch this space. Oh, Town TV.
Gladys Knight and the Pips on the midnight train to Georgia. Now, how would you spend an extra £1,000 if we stuck that in your pay packet at the end of the month? Well, you've got to start thinking. Monday, the big money name game is back. Listen out for our alarm, identify the mystery voice, and we'll send you £1,000.
And now, come with me. Stop moving about. Come on. There's another hole there as well. I don't know what that's for.
Want to go up the top? Steve, the cameraman, wants to go up the top, so I said, yeah, I think we better do. Got this thing about heights, haven't you, Steve? Yeah. Come on down. See if we can spot our presenters from the top here. And Steve's getting well caught up on the microphone lead. It's very orange, yeah. It's amazing how orange these lifeboats actually are, viewers.
You may think that all we do all day is sit around drinking beer.
It's true.
Which, of course, is exactly what we do.
Look, it's Rex
But
of it.
I'm not the presenter, he is, so tell our viewers what you've been doing today. Come on.
Well, today we've actually spent the whole day. We've been in here since 6:30. Half past six this morning we were here.
Yeah.
Saw Malcolm open up the pub. Actually, I knocked him out of bed. I think it was at 6:30.
You beat the paper boy.
I was the paper boy.
You beat the paper boy.
I beat the paper boy. I beat the milkman, the paper boy, the postman. I beat every man in the town to this place. In fact, I beat half the population in the pub tonight. But it's now 8:15, and one of the things that Malcolm normally does is organise some form of pub challenge or pub quiz of some description. And tonight we're here with my mate Alan the Dictator. So our
Tony's here. Got Phil Banning somewhere.
Phil Banning's around somewhere. I think he's propping the bar up again.
Andy May, the songwriter, he's here too somewhere.
He's here. Chrissy's here.
Chrissy's here.
She's sat over there drinking another beer.
And Steve's on camera. He's going to be in the quiz as well.
He's going to ask. He's going to answer questions again, is he?
That's right. Yeah.
What is he going to ask him? So, have we got asking the questions tonight?
I don't know, but I know it's a sports quiz.
It's a sports quiz tonight. What do we know about sport? See, I can pour a pint just like that, see? That's a piece of cake. Anybody can do this job. You can get up at 6:15 in the morning. No, smash you, mate. I'm going to come back this week. I'm going to have some of this as well. I'll see you in a little bit while. Anyway, we've entered into the spirit of the thing. Yeah. We've come in dead last.
Give me last.
When we say spirit though, I mean 15 pints of lager, I mean, what can you say? We've had a really good night. We're going to have a...
Phil Banning there was excellent.
Phil was really good. I mean, Phil, I'll take my hat off to Phil Banning.